Hello everyone. Have you ever wondered what the tragedy of 9/11 was really like? Have you ever wondered how many people really died? How long did the event last, some may ask? How did most people die on that day? Were the planes hijacked to where nobody could get into the cockpit? Well, if you've ever wondered, today we're going to review some of those points. Could you say your names, please, audience?
I'm Angela.
I'm Mike.
Those are my audience members. So, the tragedies of 9/11. If you've ever wondered how many people actually died on that day, the number was around 3,000. That's an estimate. The number of deaths were innumerable. They could not physically tell because of all the ash, the rubble, bodies had been burned. Um, if you've ever wondered how many places were ambushed with planes that day, there were 3 places: the Pentagon, the Twin Towers, and one was supposed to go to Washington, D.C.'s the White House, but it never made it. The plane that was supposed to go there was brought down by the passengers, which tells me the cockpit was not locked. Passengers could overtake it. The amount of time that it took to rebuild after 9/11 was about 2 to 3 years, depending on how you look at it. If you include all of the casualties and getting the information back to the families, it was around 3 years. If you just say the building, the ground zero, cleaning the rubble and making the now statue, if you will, in memorial for all the lives, that was about 2 years. Russia actually sent us a teardrop around 10 years ago in sorrow for our country. 9/11 has brought much tragedy to us. But on that day, America united, and many people, not only firefighters and paramedics and police, helped. People that owned boats were, they were, how do I put this? They were transporting people by boat because Manhattan is an island. They had no way off. So people were taking their tugboats and they were transporting people back to New York. And many people dropped everything that they were doing and watched what was happening. Didn't matter what they were doing that day. It was a very tragic, as I've said, day. But in that becomes togetherness. I don't know how you guys may relate, but I know a way that any American can relate would be that we all united that day. And I still feel that there is a united togetherness to this day. No matter what your race is, what your gender is, no matter what one may think, I think we all still are united in that way. I think that the tragedy of 9/11, well, I don't think this is true facts from CNN, that the terrorist attack on 9/11 was to make America afraid of them. It was to make America be chaotic. And in that, I feel like America had been at peace with itself after this. And we all had one priority in our minds: figure out who did this and stop them. And the sorrow, of course. So today we reviewed how many people died, how people may have helped, and people helped in many other ways. But as far as I know, this was the most important, was getting the people out of Manhattan. And by far, I've never really heard that fact. So I thought that was a cool fact. The number of paramedics, I didn't cover this, the number of paramedics and police and firemen who risked their lives to save others was innumerable. The amount of help that went towards this was crazy. I've covered how long it took to rebuild and recover from this, and I've covered how it can relate to all of us. I hope you guys have learned something today. If you have, then this speech was successful. Thank you for watching.